we've purchased all our water historically, knew that at some point we would possibly need to move in a different direction, either due to growth in our area or some other circumstances. And in our case, those circumstances were a drought. And our current source was running dry. This is Jeff Field, Executive Director for the Lawrence County Water and Sewer Commission. When we started evaluating what this project would look like, how much it was going to cost us, the best way to get it done so we didn't go over budget, we didn't have any surprises on the back end, we engaged GMC to kind of help us through that effort. They steered us in the direction of CMAR, Construction Management at Risk, and I didn't have a whole lot of experience with that at the time. I think a project of this size and I guess different technical pieces of it, and trying to make sure that you get all what I consider to see all the brains in the room to help you make good decisions from a contractor standpoint, from an engineering standpoint. I think GMC made a heck of a recommendation to go in that direction. So that gave me a little bit of peace of mind that on bid day, I wouldn't be surprised on how much money I needed to have in the bank to pay for this project. GMC is good about sort of putting these options out in front of you as far as, have you considered this type of grant from this type of agency? They've got relationships with EPA or the Corps of Engineers and groups like that. So, you start looking at your project and finding pieces of in particular a project like a water treatment facility, meeting a significant need such as a drought situation or any type of climate change situation that you're having to deal with, any resiliency needs. FEMA is a big a part of that, particularly here lately with Hurricane Helene. Our biggest first steps in the process, once we kind of honed in on USDA, we reached out to the folks in Washington, D.C. And between the staff at GMC and our people, we made a trip up to D.C. Not a big to-do, just a very strategic, focused trip with the people that we needed to get in front of to make sure they knew our project. But it was the largest infrastructure project in the country, and it was the first CMAR project USDA had ever done. We're now starting to see a lot of that growth from the upstate of South Carolina. We now have the resources that when these folks come and look at our community, they don't have to worry about, is there going to be enough water for them in their next 3 or 4 expansions, as they invest in our community. So for our community and our customers, it's pretty much made us sustainable for as many generations as you could look out to.